This is the Maersk Jeddah, a 30,000-ton ship which is nearing Santos. The captain is Andrei Ismailov, who is used to overcoming the challenges of the open sea. But like most captains of large ships, he does not have the experience to know all the details about navigating in the waters near our port.
Pilot station is working normally without any problems creating for the ships.
Santos pilots are professional men. The most important is they are always in time on board.
He pilots, supplies all the information on the tides, the depth, the current, the wind, and if the conditions are favorable.
My feeling here is very safe.
He knows the port like the back of his hand.
I can say professional service.
This is a normal procedure at Santos Port, as in all Brazilian ports, and it is of vital importance to the vessel.
And this is a pleasure for me to work with such professional pilots like we have here.
In the eyes of someone who has driven a car in crazy city traffic, it seems simple to pilot a ship through these lanes that seem so wide. The bottom of the navigation channel hides obstacles that require great ability to be avoided safely. The varied, rugged relief of the seabed that is not visible to those who are on the surface and is closer to the hull of the ship, depending on the tides, the keel of the ship, and the weight that she carries. Many times, it is essential to follow a very well-defined route, with no room for error. And when you're dealing with a ship of such size, any mistake could have serious consequences. Without being aware of these risks, people in Santos, who are spending one more relaxing day in their lives, while the Maersk Jeddah is nearing the city. And the guarantee that everything continues like this, in safety and without incidents, lies within the work of a company made up of highly qualified specialists. São Paulo State Pilotage. As soon as the Maersk Jeddah arrives near Santos port waters, the captain counts on the assistance of a professional known as a pilot.
The first effort to create a regulation of pilotage in Brazil was created in Bahia de Todos Santos. When the royal Portuguese family arrived in Brazil, Dom João VI established the official standards for piloting. From this time on, we can say that the profession really came into existence in Brazil and was approved by the authorities.
Since then, the profession has gone through many transformations, and today, as in the main countries around the world, operates in a very efficient way. Under Brazilian Navy regulations, our coastline is divided into 22 pilotage zones, or PZs. The 16th PZ covers the state of São Paulo and includes Santos, São Sebastião, and Tebar. The pilots that work in this region count on the support of the more than 100 employees of São Paulo Pilotage. The operations station goes on 24 hours a day, 365 days a year since 1932, even when adverse weather conditions need to be overcome. São Paulo Pilotage organizes every ship's docking, sailing, and maneuvering inside the port and in its surrounding waters. Not only maneuvering ships, the company also avoids risks in any restricted waters, verifies the beaconing conditions, provides assistance to the supervision and reinforcement of the Port Maritime Authority norms. São Paulo Pilotage is responsible for the allocation of the pilot and for the acquisition, implementation, and operation of the entire infrastructure that supports them. In the Port of Santos Channel, a modern operations center offers a privileged view of all the maneuvers, and from a tower of control, similar to airport towers, the operations staff coordinates the traffic of the ships. Transportation of the pilots between land and the ships is coordinated by the Maritime Department of the company. The pilotage of Santos uses a fleet of pilot boat, port motorboats, and mooring boats that have their maintenance kept by the shipyard of the company.
What is at stake here is the environment and the port facility. An accident here in a narrow channel like this could severely interrupt the shipping traffic for many weeks. This is the reason the state considered mandatory to have regulated services working in favor of safe navigation, such as those services of the pilot.
When someone decides to become a pilot, the first step is to be enrolled for the selection program conducted by the Navy and do the required tests. During their training, the future pilot gets a heavy dose of technical knowledge, so they will be able to perform their function efficiently and safely. After an internship of 12 to 24 months, the candidate is again evaluated by the Navy and, if approved, can start their career.
Nowadays, having one authority, one sector, and one pilotage control for shipping traffic, this makes it possible for 9 or 10 maneuvers occurring at the same time, making the port very efficient.
Today, Paulo Ribeiro made good use of this entire infrastructure available to him and of all his knowledge and experience. And by docking another ship safely, Paulo Ribeiro and each one of the pilots at São Paulo Pilotage contributed to our country's economy, preserving our environment, and made the lives of our populations safe and tranquil, without any incident. Safety guaranteed by the efficiency and technical knowledge of pilots who are always on call, 24 hours a day, come rain, come shine. São Paulo State Pilotage. Knowledge and safety for the benefit of all.